Yellow. Hello. Hello. Oh, and there we are. There I am. Okay. Ba-da-ba-dee beep bop bop bop. Checkity check check. 1 2. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. And welcome to another exciting Daisy Train stream. Today on the stream we are doing just carrying on. I don't know if it's anything super exciting to say, kinda. Just carrying on from the last stream we were testing some things with these materials. I mean, not material, yeah, raw materials, not materials. We have factories that create things from raw materials. I did a couple of things. Been working on a few things. How's it going in New Zealand? It's hard. These streams will start when I'm about to go to bed. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm on the wrong side of the world. So last time we played, maybe I'll do a little drawing or something. The last time we were playing with Daisy Trains, we were playing with this thing of factories. Daisy Trains. Raw materials, wood, stone, ore. Okay, this is the diagram. And then we were kind of saying like, there's like a factory. And it's got a recipe of a container. Which is like our usual containers, the different colors. So there's these different ones, and each one's got like a different recipe. One's wood and stone, and wood and stone and ore and whatnot. Yeah. That's why I stream on YouTube mainly, is because it just saves the streams, and at least there's like a record of them all if anyone wants to go back. What's that noise? But we were doing like, so there's cargo stacks, and then there were factorinis. Beautifully draw a factory here. Lovely. And the factory was outputting its cargo onto the stack, but we were just building stations and dropping cargo into the factory, and it was maintaining a list of the different cargo it had, which doesn't really adhere to the game where everything is kind of visible. So I wanted to put like a stack next to a factory, and then a factory will, when it needs an ingredient of, it'll look around the stacks around it and try and find all the ingredients it needs. But in order to do that, I was like, well, the way stacks work is it's just like last in, last out, or whatever, first in, last out, whatever it is. So when a train picks up off a stack, it just takes the top one, the last one in the array. Which, if you wanted to like combine different cargoes, it wouldn't be very like, that, you know, they'd stack on top of each other. So I wanted there to be a way that, like, the way the stack works is like a bit more like the factory can look in and look at the cargo, and if a cargo is like on top of any column, row, what's the vertical one? If there's nothing above it, basically it can be taken, which was kind of reasonably straightforward to do. It just means a bit of iterating through the stack. But this cargo create cargo, cargo stack add cargo. Oh yeah, it meant there's cargo stack get last cargo, which just gets the end one, and that's what trains do, I believe. But then there's cargo stack get cargo of type, which then looks around and goes from the top of the stack backwards. And then it you just add the size of one layer on to the current index and look there, and if there's no cargo there, then you're okay. But now there's this idea that once you take that one, now there's a free spot, and we want to fill this free spot. So there's a free slots, which is just like indexes, and we sort them, and we log them, which is not necessary. But I've also got a little highlighting mechanism to show, because when I was debugging it. If we made a factory here and it wants to make something like copper and iron, or maybe I'll get something where there's actual wood and copper, and then a stack here. If I click on this guy, now there's like, it wants to know where it's outputting to. So I want to make two different stacks, one for general stuff and one for outputs. So this darker one is the factory output, and it means you can't drop there, and that's where the factory will put its stuff. Also some tools to say we can put wood down, and some test little models in here. So the factory is now looking for wood and copper. It's got one wood. One wood equals one wood. So we can add copper. I don't know why it's not drawing that little debug thing. Why do you not make a thing? Why are you not making a thing? And obviously it doesn't work. So where's it breaking? Game factories. Hello there. So the factory should be factory state building. Is the factory state building? It is. Output duration equals 0 for cargo output duration. So it creates a little output duration. The build timer is 0.3, the output duration. Okay. But we want to say, see, do we get to here? Okay. Cargo stack create cargo. Stack is a factory output cargo. We go in here. Cargo create manifest, cargo stack add cargo. Oh. I'm blocking myself. Okay, so this is a block to say this is my little thing, can't drop cargo at a factory output. Because I didn't want trains to be able to drop it off. So we can't do that. Maybe we check in stations. Station drop cargo stack. If stack okay. If stack dot type equals dot factory output do return false. So we'll just say that the trains cannot drop things off, but the factories can. Good looking grass. Sexy grass? Is that what you said? Oh yeah, I also colored. Now there's colorization. Oh yeah, there's also these some terrain models in there, and they color themselves. So stack this guy, make that your output stack. Factory wants to make red cargo. This stack we can add some wood. Wood needed. And some copper. Yeah, we don't need that. So it's starting to make thing. And now I don't know why. So it's like it can't get to the wood there, but if I was... Oh yeah, now it'll take that copper and see it's took the wood underneath it. Yeah, see it's drilling down. But if I add a wood in here now, it should add it to these free slots underneath. And it is it'll be logging unnecessarily the free slots. I don't know why, is it? I thought I did this draw these debug. Dun. Cargo update. Oh, I just switched it off. Okay. Hello there. General Kenobi. Yeah, sorry, I missed that one. What sort of design patterns in game dev have you come to find incredibly useful, indispensable? Well, I don't know whether I'm like very switched on about like game design, but I'm starting to like what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was just showing this. Oh, and it switches, that'll switch whatever the output is. Yeah, you'll see the little green boxes over what's takeable. You can see that underneath is not takeable from the top. Copper. And we've got some, we don't have iron, but I did make an oil thing. They kind of look like explosives. They're a little bit too detailed. Expect the loading dock to have a crane lift. I know, and then we're like, let's animate some cranes. I think as far as like design patterns in the code, I definitely like having like enums that then we can use, and Odin's really good for this. So I can say I want a static model tag, a game model tag for all the different types of thing. And then you just map them. Another container, game containers. So we define the types of containers, and then we can just build arrays based on these of like the color types and stuff. That's not very interesting. Started moving into this like things are always looked up by handles. Oh, the other thing I did was like, I realized that when I was loading the game, sorry, I'm just a bit here, there, and everywhere. When I was loading the game, it was like using like 500 megs of memory, and I'm like, what am I using this 500 megs? And for one, the image data is like raw, so there's no compression of any images. But then it was like loading into the serializer, and then the serializer was being loaded by the wrong allocator, and it was staying in memory as well, so all assets were kind of getting double loaded. But then when loading these models, I often want two versions of like the rock, one that's static and one's dynamic, or the containers, one static and one dynamic, and that was loading the whole model twice. I mean, which wasn't huge because it was reusing the textures, but now there's like a model instance system where each model gets loaded once, and then it creates an instance which holds its render batch. And if it already exists, it just creates a new instance of the model, which basically just is a handle and a render batch. So you can have different render batches with the same model without loading them multiple times. Odin bit sets are really nice. Thing like the features, the different feature type, and then I have these, like, I could probably combine these. You could have these as a union maybe, but having a map with a lookup, but keeping the data packed in a dynamic array also means we're never reaching into the array directly asking for pointers. We're already always doing it through like a lookup system, like a handle. Again, with the like models. I really like this distinct U32 thing or whatever. If you want to make a handle, model instance handle, and you just count that up, and if you want to get one, you get it, and that does reach into the array. But you're not, because it's so easy to make bugs with dynamic arrays where things move around in memory and you're not getting them, and you don't realize that I sent off a bunch of pointers. But still, I made a pretty busy game before in debug mode, and with like a bunch of trains and stuff everywhere, and it's still not even breaking a millisecond. So I think this version is, well, there's not a lot of rendering going on. There's no render layers and stuff yet. So this brown, red, orange, yellow. Okay. Anyway. Oi, oi, he fix my mate. So anyway, a bit of a recap on, oh, by the way, today's baby's due date, but baby not here yet. Yeah, using Odin bit sets for everything, like, bit sets for rail link flags, very easy to use. The little, having a, double return types, so you can do like feature get from cell, feature and a ball, so you can always test if you got the thing kind of nicely in sort of one statement. Gonna be late, yeah. Technically already late, yeah. Statistically, first births are usually late, more so than not. But what were we doing? What was I gonna do? Oh yes, so you can see here, viewers, model viewer, you go away. So this is the terrain model, and having it split so the top can be tinted is kind of what I was working for. Now I've got these like cargo wood, wherever it is, cargo wood. This was like I was trying some painting idea. I think it's got too much detail and it's not very well done. This was the normal map that came out of that baker, which doesn't really look right. That's the roughness map. Cargo copper. Oh yeah, this is a non-shaded viewer as well. This isn't actually going through shading because it's not instanced or anything. It's just a basic viewer. But I was zeroing in on what the exact diameters are. You can see the bounding box. I did a little testing to see what the exact size of a cargo container or a piece of cargo is. So they should all be within that bounding box exactly, and they should all kind of, so they can all stack on top of each other. And oil and containers. So there's like a uniform. And then if you get something that's not right, you get monkey heads. Brr, brr, brr. Any ideas of direction of art style? Well, yeah, so I was doing like some tests for this wood, and I'll just get rid of that thing. In fact, I'll open it. Yeah, so I think like I'm interested in like a I'm definitely thinking sort of lower detail. It's easy to get excited and put too much detail in. Like, I don't know, that's kind of interesting. The normal maps are obviously all wrong there. When I did the oil barrels, again, you're in the modeling thing and you're looking real close, and then you realize now you're looking like you're making batteries. Whereas the containers sort of read a bit, I don't know, they're a bit simple. So somewhere in between, like the level of detail. Oh yeah, this copper does have like a metallic thing. It kind of looks like gold. But yeah, most of the time you're kind of playing like here, so everything's got to be readable from a distance. So I'm thinking a kind of stylized thing. I don't know whether it's worth doing some hand painting of textures. Systems in place, so maybe we can work on some sick models. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, doing this, and I like doing these temp models so you can kind of see, because there's going to be a bit of restriction around the size. They're going to have to be an exact size. They're going to have to be like a level of detail. They're going to have to be like low poly enough that we can draw like you know, hundreds of them. Now there are stack limits, so it doesn't just go on into it to infinity. Yeah, but like I think even doing the temp the temp assets, so at least there's like a general idea around like how big it is, what it looks like in game. And then, yeah, go in and zero in and do a nicer artwork that is both, yeah, both optimized and they're all like related. And I'm wondering the best workflow for that. That workflow of baking, I'll do a little bit of Blenderini, Blender 5 maybe. I was inspired. I was watching a guy does texture painting, actually painting it, and I was like, that could be pretty cool. This was like I actually like painted on the model here with a few brushes that I downloaded, but then I was trying to get that to convert into a correct bump map. You kind of look at it like this, and then you're like, I don't know. A lot can be achieved with texture to make them look more detailed than they really are. Yeah, well, this is the thing, finding the sweet spot between like detail and noise, so it doesn't just look like there's just busyness for the sake of busyness. Because even the cargo wood that's just like that, which doesn't have any details. I don't know, maybe you get used to looking at it like from up here if you add a bunch of woods, you know? It's definitely more readable with less detail. Maybe a little bit more detail. I don't know. I liked in the first Daisy Trains, the containers like had little ridges and stuff, and the light kind of caught the edges and whatnot. The render, I mean, this has got what is this? What am I looking at? Why does this have an emission? color mask on it. Huh. This is just a base color, so it's got no bump map, no roughness map. The roughness maps and stuff will make things nicer. Yeah, make a log. I'll give you the dimensions because they're I have this cargo size reference, and it's just like a bounding box, but I measured it in game, and it is required to be. And you can use this, you know, the dimensions thing's kind of handy if you like make a model and then you can just like scale it into a bounding box. What's the best way to do that? Should I just drop that in Discord? Should I just... Why is the Copilot alive on my thing? Game dev. Cargo dimensions. So that's how they fit in a stack. So if you can make it to that, within that, and the closer you get to it, the better, because things have to stack on top of it. Nami. Export bounding boxes and OBJ. Yeah, true. I could just send you this file, but I don't want to give you all this mess. Wavefront OBJ. Cargo bounding box selection only. Hopefully that looks all right. So there's so much stuff going on. Production, we're calling it production. 1 kilobyte. But yeah, you get the drift. You get the drift. I might just make, because I still need to make some just for testing, because they keep I might make cargo copper. One way of getting, I mean, these would usually be like piles of sand or something, but we're not going to do that. We're going to have nicely stackables. Cargo sand can just be one of these. I have been enjoying like just using these color maps and mapping stuff onto it. There we go, sand, perfect. With a bit of a bump map and whatnot. Yeah, nice. Hey, grueling pine! Pine! Whoa, I really stopped just then. So yeah, I quite like this process of, say, cargo sand. We just export the model, and then in order to add it to the game, we add two of these. Oh, we don't have sand for some reason. Forget about sand. So add a couple of enums. Oops. A couple of members to the enum. And then load to those tags sand, and we're putting these flags in here saying 1 to be static, and then in cargo these model things here, we can just tell that to be .sand static, And then that should be all you need to do it. It's weird, eh? There's like, I remember in Unity, like the process of adding assets is like, say you want a model, you just drag and drop it in, fine. But then you've got like maybe a prefab that you then need to go reauthor and fuck around the code and all this shit. And there's always, no matter what you're doing, there's always going to be some process. Sand. Oh, is this going to be real shiny sand? Yeah. Let's call this one sand. Cargo sand, and take out this roughness. We'll just make the roughness rough. Re-export it as cargo sand. And it should redetect that there's been a change and recreate the asset. The stacked objects are interesting, so they aren't repetitive, but also not too much noise. Yeah, I wonder how to do that, because I obviously don't want to be like messing with things. Oh, why are you so white for? I guess sand is kind of like that. I mean, it doesn't have to look right. Yeah, I wonder if there's like, do you load variations? Or you just don't worry about it? Because every time you make a change to something, you could like do a 90-degree rotation or something to randomize them, or a slight color tint or something. Then every time it changes, you don't want to be recalculating that. You don't want to be storing that information. I don't want to be storing that information anyway. Only the logs just outside need to be full logs. Logs in the middle can just be caps. Yeah, correct. Yeah, good call. Also, the bottom of the logs probably don't need a show either. Metallic 0. It shouldn't really be metallic. Shouldn't even read these numbers. Oh, we do kind of want the metallic to be in here, because this is going to be sand roughness. We'll just make it oh yeah, this is the confusing bit where you need like a map for everything. I'm just going to not worry about it because it's only a temp guy. Yeah, save those polys. I mean, it's amazing how fast modern machines are. With instancing, you can do gazillions of them. Like the original containers were just 1, 2, 3, 6 faces, you know, with 2 triangles on each. But these have quite a lot more detail in them, and it still doesn't seem to make much of a difference. Cargo sand. The other thing is very recent building constructor. I made a copper mine. Oh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? And I might just duplicate this and make it hello, a sand mine. Why not a sand mine? So this is the metallic thing. We won't have metallic, and we can just grab these and put them in the sand section. It's a sand mine. Yeah, beauty. Resource sand. Add. These should all be static, but I don't have a system for that yet. Resources. And then this we can make boom. I'm all about the hacks at this level. Resource sand. There it is. Go, 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 sand. Piles of sand. Does sand go? Why are they in a mine for the sand? Maybe we need sand blocks. I was thinking, like, what if you could actually put the resources down together? The resources. Hey, now we're talking gameplay. That could be quite fun, actually. And oh, do I keep closing things? I should have hotkeys for these. What about a factory? What do these things need? Copper and sand. What about a resource that also puts, now it's doing one each. We need a stack for that, and this needs a output stack. Lovely. Hey, that's interesting. Oh, it didn't rotate the station. Who did it? What's going on there? I don't know. Oh, did it? Oh, whoa, okay, there's a small bug. Did I write the wrong thing in there? I didn't put the dynamic one. Cargo sand static. Whoops. My bad. It is still working, but it's having errors. Oh, yeah, he's taking his cargo and he's making his thing. He's making his... bits. Oh, and there's orange, and we've made a full loop. What if we did like a thing there? Okay. Make some bridges. These bridge things need to be fixed quite a lot. Ignore the small visual bugs. Oh, this we will kind of want to be a bit higher. But I was just going to have broken my thing. Oh yeah, no, it still works, obviously. Everything works. Oh, that's sucky. Why can't I do that? This is a bug that annoys me a bit. There's some bug with the thing. Slope cells not being properly removed. Train data, add a train. And now we can get a little train to go collect the cargoes. It's very slow. So this is where I'm like, there needs to be a mechanism to like change the rate at which the factory produces cargo, you know? Well, maybe it's alright because this guy's got such a long way to go. small visual bugs. Delivering. Okay. That worked. So maybe as an iron mine, just the same thing. But I mean, doing this process of like making these models that are obviously like not final or whatever, but another benefit to doing it is just getting your head around the process of like managing all these things. Do you want to manage them in one file? Do they want to share textures? Like, how long does it take to iterate on it? If you're like, oh, that didn't work, now I need to go back in and re-export it, and what's the little pipeline like? Iron mine, metallic. Color's iron, like that. Oh, and then this copper mine metallic. This needs to be a new thing called iron mine metallic. So I'm still kind of like, in substance, at least like each model had its own process. You take it, it baked out all its textures. Its textures, like in here, there's danger of like accidentally sharing textures and changing things. Copper mine metallic. And now you're in this world. Image editor. Is it these ones? Oh yeah, so you can paint just a big white blob over these to be metallic-y. And keeps bringing in millions of these things. I don't know, make these mountains brown for a point of difference. Oh, it also changed the cart to be brown. Interesting. GenieGeoB resource iron. Export. I'll open recent. These being in two different things. This is cargo sand. Cargo iron. Brr. I actually want more like cargo copper. Oh, we've lost cargo copper. See what I mean? What color did we pick for iron? Was it like this or something? Copper roughness. Metallic. Make it metallic-y. I don't know if it's using this metallic factor or not. It's cargo iron. GenieGLB export. Yeah, so how many steps is it? Resource, iron. You gotta add the thing, add the thing, add the thing, add a couple things, add the thing. Is this a good idea? I don't know. those. This is loading sand, and then this one is ba 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 ba. Righto. Resource iron. Lovely. Hey, interesting. Oh yeah, it stamps out the grass, which is kind of cool, and it makes this little irony thing, which looks like coal. Is this just the shader? I believe in models. If I go to the shader setup, I don't think it's currently pushing this. It does. Shader set float. U material dot basic instance fragment shader. It is metallic factor. Metallica factor. And mesh dot material dot metallic factor, and then in here use the metallic factor. Metallic equals u material dot metallic factor. Will that work? Oh yeah, look, this looks a little different. I wonder if it was pulling a little bit of that. Add a iron resource. Doesn't look very metallic to me, mate. What about a copper? This one is metallic, but that's got a metallic map. Float metallic equals u material dot metallic factor. If used material roughness map. Oh, if it's just got roughness. But say it has no metallic, it's sampling it and getting 0 from it. Maybe there needs to be two booleans that say use, but it's stored in the same thing. Okay, more fun stuff. So this does have a roughness map. If I turn it off and just give it a base roughness, this is going to default to 1 also without doing this. Cargo iron. We could do this u material dot roughness factor and go to models. I'm studying C and making my first 2D engine. Your videos inspire me. Oh, that's awesome. Are you doing everything from scratch or using Raylib or something? Currently using Raylib. Yeah, Raylib's O for awesome. Okay, still not really seeing anything. Okay, this has now got metallic-y. It's using the metallic factor. Did I get rid of the roughness map? I must have. Looks like coal. Shiny coal. I wonder, one way you could do variation, although you'd have to store it. Maybe it's just a color in an instance. Is you could make the container bit white and then offset them a little bit. But you would have to, right now the stack, cargo stack, just holds cargo. And all that is an ID, a cargo type, and a container type. But you could have some tint color, which is a color, and I wonder how big this is 32 bits. This could be 8 bits. Container type is 8 bits. And a tint color is 4 floats. 32 bits. 32 times 4. What? 128 bits. Plus 8 bits plus 8 bits plus 32 bits. How many bytes is that? Is it divided by 4? 44 bytes. Keep that really small. So, into doing that, you might do like this one here. I feel like this needs to be more of a blue color for iron. Is that irony enough? I feel like the color's not really there, the one that we need. I'll do blue just because it's kind of like gamey. Copper roughness, if we put that into the roughness, well, that's super shiny. Make one called iron roughness. Make it small. New image. This will make an image editor. Paint on iron roughness. Paint some roughness quite rough there. What am I? I'm on iron roughness. This is roughness. This is in object mode. Okay. Oh yeah, that did make it less rough. Roughness. Make this rough. Metallic, make it fully metal. But then this other bit. So this guy, say we made this some sort of white container. Oh, it's really metallic. Color iron roughness. Oh yeah, see when you paint the thing and now now it moves. Whoops. Okay, we make that like that. But now we also need like another map, which is iron cargo iron color mask. New image, and we send that into the base color for now. Oh, this is quite a lot of doing. And then we make that color mask there. And we send it into emission. Into the base color. Okay. Don't worry about the emissive. Okay, now we will send out this cargo iron. Oops, low power. Oh, speaking of low power, the camera is working. The camera needs power to function. Whoops. Give it a moment to come back to life. Bum bum bum. Are we back? Not yet. So this should create white containers with metallic-y stuff in it. It's very metallic-y. I'm back. But when we create cargo, cargo, create manifest, cargo, I think it's in stack, cargo, and it offsets feature add stack, cargo, stack, create cargo. So we could just do some color, tint color equals rand dot o. Yeah, this would be some sort of what's it called? We'll call this tint value. So rand dot f32 float 32 range from 0.6 to 0.8 or something. I wonder if this is going to work. Rebuild instances, render add instance, color, container color, if container equals thing else, color equals cargo dot tint color. What up? I wonder if this is gonna work. Oh yeah. Are they slightly different, or they all look the same? Oh no, they're slightly different. Whoops, now we're building double. They're ever so slightly different. The tops of them are still the same. It looks like platinum. Yeah, the smooth cursor, it's just VS Code. VS Code has smooth cursor. See these guys in action. Train, ba-ba-da-beep beep. Oh, lovely, look at them go. Oh, these don't get tinted though. You have to make that call. The containers do. All right. So what ones do we still have to do? Hello? Is that all of our things? We don't have an oil building. that's the only building we're missing. That one sounds hard. Plain old VS Code, mate. This is my favorite. Well, look, the M moves. I don't know if you can see that, but the M moves with the cursor as it moves. What is it? F11? No, KZ. That's Zen mode, but I still have the tabs in there. Could go Zen mode, show tabs, none. Okay, now we go. You don't know what's open. This is low distraction mode. Yeah, a bit. Should we look? I don't know why I can't put this on top anymore. Okay, we need an oil save. Recent building save. So we need an oil. Kenny got any oil things? I mean, there's a couple of these things. We need the oil thing. Kenny, do you have any oil rigs? Not oil rig, but an oil. What are those things called? Oil pump. These things. Not those things. What is the oil pump in field? Pump jack. Oil pump jack. This is the type of thing where you're like, we can animate this. It's just one thing moving around one point. Is the title referencing temp art the IDE setup? Because that is purdy. Yeah, gotta keep it purdy. A little building and a pump jack. Do I model it or do I just go like that? No, not AM mode, sorry. All. I don't want a thing. Low poly. Oil pump pack. $89. Come on, man. Art station. Cartoon. Yeah, kind of like that. Don't. So the thing, like I noticed with Kenny models and stuff, there are all sorts of, depending on what thing you load them in, there's all sorts of weirdness. Oh, whoa. Price free. Apply. No results. Should we make a little pump jack? How does a pump jack look? Open game art. Oh yeah. Google find it for me. Yegi. The Pixel Lab. Enjoy. Oh, wow, it's so high tech. Oh, pretty cool. Whoa, this one actually moves. So I feel like at some point I'm gonna be like, we needed 3D animations, and it's gonna be like not achievable. I feel like that's just gonna be, is that gonna be like a hard no? That is not doable. Do with a third-party engine only. Okay, we'll make a real quick one. Real quick one. Is that over my image? No, I mean like animated animated like skeletal animations. Mesh. First there's a cone. Perfect. It has very few vertices. Has 4. That's that bit done. This is where Dragon Laser comes in. What is going on? Hang on. Is there some... I remember there used to be a thing. Generate. Is there like a thing? Wireframe. Hey, wow, that just worked. Let's put a mat cap on there so we can see what we're doing. That just worked. That's that bit done. Kind of needs like those welds, but if you put like, oh, can you not? Well, dude, what the? Okay, it does not. It makes a strange thing. So it's not like a very good topology. Oy, oy, oy. Wish I could cut it. Oh, did I already cut it once? I did, my bad. Okay. Okay. Did I cut it more than once? Okay, this seems good. We'll just do this. Offset, what does that do? Oh yeah, nice. Boundary, replace original. Oh yeah, cool. Even thickness, yeah. Relative thickness. Crease edges. Apply, make it permanent. And then we need a thing, this is kind of like, needs to rotate Z by 45. Add a cube. Scale it down, do the thing. Scale it like that. Scale it like that. How wide is it? I don't know. Like that. Nice. Extrude this bad boy out. Extrude this bad boy out. Extrude that one out. Pump jack. I liked your asset. Oh, what? Poly pizza, oil pump free. Oh yeah, it's a good start. Yeah, I should just use this. Download, don't make me sign up. OBJ, maybe? Assets, models, prototype. Oil pump. 7-zip, extract oil pump. Oil pump OBJ, bring in. Port waveform. Where is it? Are you super tiny? Or are you super massive? It's like 40 million meters wide. Scale 0.001. Import. Still 500 meters big. Put another 0 on there. Whoa, the scale is crazy. Interesting origin point. Goodbye, old friend. Perfect. This we're gonna need to use like the default mat or something. Oh. Slot 1. Just because we're in edit mode, so get rid of that one. Nice. It's going to be the one color pump jack. Green. Lovely. Thank you very much, sir. Don't know what that is. Is that like a hole where it comes out from or something? How do these things usually live in the field? A bunch of them. Little friends doing their bits. And we will grab a little house. Whoops. Excuse me. This looks like a good house. Set it to 0. A little house. Some of these things. Nice. Need oil containers. I've got the oil drums. Import. I'll bring in the oil cargo oil, And maybe just steal one of these, a few drums. I mean, I do want to change these. I do want to change these so they're not red. That's the other thing is Kenny uses like different color maps for different assets that are slightly different. Yes, these ones. I don't know, maybe they're green. I don't know. I feel like the color... I don't want them to be too color coded. Maybe I'll just save that out. Cargo oil. Maybe I need to make a little stack of these fellas somewhere. The other thing is you probably don't want to be like... but that's the thing there. Do they need to be aligned? There you go, they're aligned-ish. I feel like this would need to be some sort of... I feel like I want to grab like... something from the iron mine. Though I don't want to have to mess around with it. File, import, FBX. Kenny. Is it Fantasy Town Kit models? Hedge blade cart. What was it? Kind of rocks or something. Rock wide. I just kind of think this should be like rocky ground and not the not the grass, you know what I mean? But keep it very small. Something like that. I don't know, you know what I mean? Will the containers on the cargo trains be round as well? That's alright for a little temp situation. But what we need to do now is get all these objects. Is it? This, and this, and join them. Bungee. Maybe I'll get rid of these oil containers for now. Just because there's too many maps to deal with and I can't be bothered. And now I just need to fix these guys. Come on, man, they must be linked. They must all be one thing. Don't make me select them manually, sirs. And then this needs to be on whatever it is. Where are they? What is this? Where am I? Don't worry about alphas and normals and stuff. Let's just make this and call it oil resource oil. So these will need to be like I need that, but control linked, shift linked, shift linked. No. Okay. I don't know whether I've got everything. But then they need re-unwrapping. Scale X to 0, scale Z. Make them this green color again. I don't know, maybe they're that green color in Factorio. Ah, oh, bruv. Why are they that color? Are these different? It is. Okay. And then this ground stuff. Oh, these are all unlinked. Is it this one? No. No. Where is that stuff? Oh, we need to not have multiple color maps. Go away, you. Go away, you. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So is it this stuff? No. This stuff? No. That's one. This one, we want it to be like some dry ground. Ugh. Just make it all rough. I don't know. Make roughness all roughness. We won't worry about all that. All transforms. It is a little bit overhanging, eh? Done. Genie. Resource. Can you imagine doing actually those big games? Temp art, it is the name of the stream. Okay, assets. We will need oil. Did I save it? I don't know. Boom, it'll just work. Everything will just work. Resource oil. And it makes blue barrels of fun. Weird, are they being tinted? Yeah, you best go. Make more blue barrels. Yeah, look, they're all got a little weird tint on them. How is that working? Wood needed. Yeah, the wood and oil. What about some iron? Oh, it's happening. Plane just did a blow pass. Yeah. Actually, it's weird. When we were living in Sydney, we were like right on the landing flight path for Sydney Airport, and we'd have jumbos coming over every 5 minutes, but there was really good sound proofing in the glass. And then when we got back to New Zealand, it was like, oh, no more planes. But now where we are here, weirdly, we're nowhere near an airport, the airport, but there's an army base. And we get low-flying, like, Hercules and stuff coming over, which is kind of cool. Lovely, look at it. Art, temp art. And then let's make a train and move that thing. I want to kind of be able to, like, go, oh, you know what? You only take, just drop the oil here And the other one there, you know what I mean? There needs to be a bit more routing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at them as his little cargoes. It's like he's got mithril or something in that one. What time is it? We're on a clock. 12:30. Please don't forget to take the puppies for the PP. Come on, man. What the heck? I'll post that in the Discord. My mate, my mate made a thing. Oh, look at the shininess of these materials. My mate made a like an AI image of me on the stream. As a shocker. Yeah, cool. So I think we've got that's just the instances, I believe. Generate. That's just the instances not being cleared on level load. My bad, yeah. So we should have wood, stone, copper, iron, coal, sand, and oil, all of the big ones that you would need, and then all of the different little cargo boys as well. I think it's tinting the whole model regardless if there's a color mask or not. That makes sense. There be dragons. Is this all metallic-y? Or is it just weird? Is there a factory that requires everything? Black. Wood, stone, copper, iron. Can't read it, but I can go into the code. And see it needs wood, stone, copper, iron, sand. But no oil? Okay. Stack. Wood, stone, copper, iron, sand, but no oil. How do you even make this happen? We'll make the wood go down here. And drop off, we want to drop off like up here. Oops. Put a stack on there. Factory can output to like there or something. Station. Then stone can do like this. Just do a little. Oh, this is annoying that it does that. There's a bug I need to fix. This one could come down here. We'll just add some more blocks. Oh yeah, the stone haven't been scaled to the right size. Fresh meat off the bone. Oh, that's gonna pick up the wrong one, is it? That's annoying. Oh, it could be down here. Yeah. One down here. One over here. One over here. Here. Oh, he's doing it. Train locomotive factory would need every resource. Oh, to make locomotives. Oh boy. We've got a little cheeky rail that goes under there. Pops up here. Goes through there. Hits this stack. Bing, bang, boom. Comes over the hill. And then we just bail ourselves out with some terrain. Yo, station there. Tools, train data, add a few trains. Train 1, pop yourself there. Train 2, pop yourself there. Train 3, pop yourself, populate yourself. I don't like how far apart the train cars are. They look good when they go around corners, but then they're just a little too far apart. And then we need to get the other 2 more things. This is going to be a little tricky. Stack. There. Oh, this is dropping 2 different types. That's cool. That's kind of cool. We could put one here and do something hectic, like have a rail that goes that way, but comes around that way. And just make sure that the train goes the other way. Add train. Train, train. It has to go that way. Just make sure you don't go around the wrong way, bruv. It's so chaotic. Adding this has just made the game so much more chaotic. Oh, crashy. Seems okay. There's definitely going to be issues going, 2 trains going that way. Oh, he can drop off his thing there. He could bypass that one and go to this one. Oh no, now he's picking things up. Don't pick up from there. Oh, I've got it. Rail through there. Yes. Now we just need one more buoy, one more station up here, and this has to somehow do the thing. We'll just... What if... Rail it up. I mean, this is probably breaking a lot of rules. the bridge rules aren't quite in full swing yet. Where are you going after here, bruv? Yup. And then? I know, we'll do some big tunnels. Rail through there, out there. The big tunnel. Did I make that a tunnel? I did. Add train, go. We haven't made a single cargo yet. A single container. Yeah. What's our frame time? We're just over 1 millisecond, running at 900 frames a second while streaming. Let's go in debug mode. Yes, one cargo. We made one. It's going to take ages to make the cargo because it like takes a few seconds per ingredient. That's just like a real rough thing. And there's only one overlap there. We need a progress bar in the factory. Yeah, that might mean 2D rendering, sir. It's definitely in the UI 2D rendering thing. Or you could do a little GUI widget or something. I've decided in this go round that a lot of the time it's just better to, instead of storing things, like I used to like put a stack down and then like tell the factory to associate itself with the stack. But now I'm just like, oh, every time you need a stack, just look for one. Don't worry about storing it. The lookup is not, it's probably faster than addressing them, than the adding more storage to this thing. I don't know, or they're the same or whatever, you know, I don't know. Oh, look at these, some long time things on here. 62 milliseconds to update grass instances. You don't really notice it though. Oh, whoa. The log. Now we need to fulfill our contract and get the black cargo to the black cargo station port thingy. Upgrade all the locomotives. It's funny when you start upgrading the locomotives. Oh, we're still in double speed. Normal speed. It quickly changes like, and if you add lots of cargo cars and stuff, it quickly changes like how often you visit a resource. How they need to be upgraded to produce more, you know? I was thinking instead of like, maybe there's a port with a big container ship that can hold a lot of cargo, and it's up to you to kind of like fill the container ship, maybe. How fast can we go? We can go 20 times. We're still at 20. Oh, I did break the game. I thought we weren't gonna get broken games anymore. It's still working, but the trains are... The trains are gone. Whoops. I thought I fixed that bug. Oh wait, maybe if I stop them all and pick them all up. No, I've fully killed the trains. My bad, yeah. They're at light speed. The game runs so fast. Yeah, cool. It's definitely feeling a bit more challenging and gamey, and it highlights just how clever like Factorio is. The way they figured out the progression, that things make other things and all that. Very good. And then the technology system and stuff. Very cool. I'm definitely not going to get that in depth, but I think we're getting to the point. I don't know, you could make intermediate objects, so like each raw material can be created into an intermediate, but I don't know whether it's necessary. Been enjoying the dev logs. Coming from a games background myself, it's hard to find good dev logs. Thanks. So is that game dev? Are you doing game dev? It's hard with devlogs, eh? Because I feel like they're either like too complicated. Like I feel like that's why I don't go into too much depth, because in the devlog sometimes, because like if you actually start explaining the systems and stuff too much, then it's just like, what? For the viewer to sort of follow along, I have to spend hours in the code base to like know what the heck's going on. But worked at AA and AAA and do indie stuff myself on the side. Just am not in front of a camera person. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm more of a I don't know what I'm doing most of the time kind of person, but I find this I don't know, this type of I guess like I don't know, I find this process of doing things a bit more manually is so fascinating, for like knowing how much work like went into things like Unity and Unreal, like how much engineering went in there to make it a thing that someone can use without having to do all the stuff themselves, you know, that even to get it all to work, and then to have like a layer that the user uses. Yeah, I think it's the farming games that get to me. Don't you enjoy the mostly see, yeah, Stardew Valley. Oh man, yeah, I mean he did it, didn't he? Made the, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to like come up with something yourself because everyone's influenced. But then just like because you get so fascinated with the game and then you just end up remaking it. Try not to remake like Transport Tycoon, because that's already been made a very long time ago. I like the little blocks sticking out here. Yeah, if you zoom out, the less you have to render, the less time it takes, really. By having full zoom, Or just painting pixels. Like that takes 2 milliseconds just to paint the pixels for OpenGL to fill them all in. Even though the render time here takes 1 millisecond, when you're actually filling the screen with pixels, it's a lot more. Anyway, what were we trying to achieve today? That. Yay. What time is it? Orthodox C++, yeah. There is no sysal, no. There are no render, there's no render passes. There is a, I think we're just drawing to the default screen buffer. Game dev outside of game dev is either microcontroller work or a lot of the guys I've worked with end up at Boeing. Oh wow. Yeah, I watched a video that just came out, and there was a guy, like an indie guy, talking about, you know, Vulkan's not so bad. Maybe you should use Vulkan if you use OpenGL. I'm pretty sure you're going to like Vulkan. And it started out really like, yeah, I mean, it's not that different. Like, okay, Hello Triangle is like 1,000, 1,500 lines of code. But once you got that, then you're all good. And then he went into like, oh yeah, and then you also need to do all this like super complicated stuff. And I was like, it's like, dude, he knew like a lot of stuff to fill your brain with. Like, I'm like, is that a job for someone's being paid to be a graphics programmer? Just to, but I don't know, maybe it would make life easier in the long run. I don't know. A friend of mine wrote everything in Vulkan, never got around to the, yeah, that's a danger. I quite like the rendering in the last Daisy Trains. It was, I don't know. Does this work? Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I had it in like render settings, render options, borderless. This doesn't make a difference. Oh, it does. Borderless window. Oh, lovely. What effects are going on? Render passes. Lighting, shadow map, SSAO, blur, G normal, G position, all this stuff. SSAO, shadows. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, cards. Oh, the train placement is pretty rad. What are we... Hey, this is taking 5 milliseconds. It is drawing all this stuff, no culling though. Genie in frame 4 milliseconds. 180 frames a second. You turn off the SSAO. That's taking a full 2 milliseconds. Yeah, I was in that crisis not too long ago. Even like, I mean, it's been a year, and this was the first iteration that was like C++, and even here, the game, the clarity on what the game was like not that clear. I mean, it was kind of clear, but it wasn't, I don't know whether it was compelling enough. I like these little containers. That's why when I was writing in Odin, I was trying to be a bit more like game first, because even this version has all these bugs where like you can just make rail like that. You can do that kind of thing. Yo, I like this rail building system though. Little doing like that, and the do and undo. Pretty cool. Visuals, we're actually planning to change the visual style in Odin. I think I like this kind of like colorful, kind of stylized-y look. I don't like the train models. I mean, the station models, and a lot of the stuff is temp as well. I like the kind of look that's like, it's like PBR, like you can tell there's metallic and whatnot on like these cargo containers, so you can see like these highlights and whatnot. I like this kind of like, but in a stylized kind of fun way. Man, those are some big daisies. So keeping the level of detail under control, but still utilizing a bit of normals and metallic and stuff to give it a bit of like life. But I like this kind of colorful look. I like the wind shader, man. I was in I don't know what game I was looking at, but the wind in the grass was very like, or maybe it was like No Man's Sky saying the grass is just doing like this. I was like, come on, man, you're No Man's Sky, you can do this. Yeah, the Robomo music. Yeah, this is the C++ project. This is where I gave up last time. I just couldn't take the I just couldn't take it anymore. Container test. Yo. See, it still takes 5 milliseconds to render 100,000 containers. So, and that's rendering all the ones it doesn't need to. Yeah, I like this look. Oh, demo world, yeah. I like the colors, actually. I like the colors of the orange containers and whatnot and all this. I think this was on the right direction. It had things like these little edges and bit of depth information stuff under the water and shadow maps. It just had dynamic shadow maps. Where's the... oh, the PBR debug. Yeah, the metallic roughness, not the grass. World normal. Where was the... oh, the environment. Yeah, you could change like the sun and whatnot. Sun elevation. Make some little low, long shadowy situations. Sun color could be changed. The ambient light color could be changed. Ding dong. I feel like these normal maps, it was weird. The normal maps coming out of Substance versus Blender were like inverted or something. Some of them are the right way around, some of the wrong way around. Whoa, creepy world. Yeah, just whatever it is needs to look like it all lives in the same game. But yeah, it's real instance heavy. Like everything is an instance by default. This is ambient intensity. I messed around with day-night cycle, but I think I will not. Oh yeah, there's a little fog as well. Oh, and it's broken, obviously. All these things are broken. A lot of broken stuff. Primarily broken stuff. That's why I just couldn't take the C++ project anymore. It was just all a bit... This new version's so much cleaner and tidier and less friction to work with. How long has we been streaming for? 2 hours. Yo. Yo. There was more things I was going to try and add gravel and do these masks. I'm proud of how far you've come. I think I could do half the stuff. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You're saying that even people you work with. No. But this is part of the thing. It's like you're saying. You say you work in a team, and the whole point of the team is to have people that like specialize in certain areas, so they can just focus on that. Because once you get into this like, and then this other side is they're like, oh, don't worry, I'm going to do everything. A bit of like, like there's actually like engine work, then there's game design work, then there's like the renderer as a thing, and then there's like the artwork and the art design, and then there's a UI system you need to build, and like it's actually like a big broad thing, and you can't go overly too hard out. You can, but then it gets confusing and it takes forever and all those things. So I don't know what there's probably some middle ground. Maybe a middle ground, a team of a few people. We can maintain creativity and a bit of dynamism in the work you're doing. But I don't know. I mean, this is definitely one of those things that's like, will it ever get done? I don't know. Game loop architecture, usually called 3C's characters, camera, controls. That's real interesting. Have you found, one thing I'm interested, because I've never worked in the industry, I wonder like psychologically like how you make a game. I guess each studio has a slightly different idea, but as like things become bigger and bigger, games seem to do things in similar ways, and I wonder if there's like this. I know in the film industry, you're like, this is how you do a day of shooting. You have this department does this and this department, and once it gets big enough, it's like unwieldy, and it's like we need standards of how things work. We can't just go out and be, real avant-garde about it. But then you get directors like the guy who did The Creator, and he's like, no, we're all going to run out with little cameras and we're going to fix all the stuff in post, because I got a visual effects background. So he went out and they just shot on location, and they were real fast moving and cheap. But that's like a big move to do that. And I guess in game development, there's like a balance to be struck on how fast you want to move versus how like experimental you want to get. I'm just guessing a lot of this. Add gravel, maybe we'll do that next time. Because right now the rail worked at Ubisoft, ownership of subsystems. See that? Even that is like so intensely like. Was this writing code? I listened to a talk from a Ubisoft guy about, maybe it was rendering of like Assassin's Creed Shadows or something, and you hear like what they're talking about, and you try and follow along, and you're just like, man, the architecting of that type of code base is just so layered. Cinematic interactions. Usually I want you to own a system for ownership, so you feel responsible. All right, so you can be proud of it and do your best and be like, this is my system. I did this. Do they have mega like code conventions and things of how you do things? Bum 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 bum. Fascinating. Oh, lose back. Oh, I'm gonna call it here. My darling Lou is back, and today is our due date, but we have no baby yet, so we're just sort of standing by. I'll put a little thing there. We didn't do it. Oh, it's just red. Around 2 hours. Codebase was based on Prince of Persia 1. Wow. Oh, nice one, Hefix. Thanks, bruh. We'll take a look at it. It's I'm really interested because you come in from this indie point of view and you just kind of like learn stuff from YouTube and what you can pick up and experiment with, and not having industry experiences, you know, bit of a bummer to, you kind of just imagine how things are done, and then what I'm doing is probably like based on things that are very old and outdated. Yeah. But thanks for popping in. Questions, but I wouldn't recommend AAA if you care about doing something that matters. Yeah, well, that's what's the theory? I guess full creative control of trying to do something that you think is, I don't know. The reason I'm doing that, I guess, because I'm like, I want to find what the essence is. I want to know what like the kind of place, not technically, but like where did the people go that went like in the early days when they were making games alone, or like in small teams? Like, what was the mindset? How did they find these things? You know, because everything used to be kind of indie back in the day. What is the like? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think game dev is like a solved thing at all. It's also complicated though. And the other day I wanted to just give up because I just like broke the model loading system, and then it was just like not working, and it was giving me errors and render doc, and I was like, dude, it's impossible. Probably really good at drawing sales though. Anyway, there's an interesting company in New Zealand, the Grinding Gear Games guys, that do Path of Exile. I saw they were, I think someone had splintered off them to make a new company, and they were advertising for some senior engineer to do like engine tools or something for a new game. Yeah, we'll get there. Just keep chipping away and never give up. That's the only way. Maybe next stream I'll have a little baby. Oh, true, yeah. There is a bit of like, oh, I'm ringing. I'm gonna head off. Thanks for dropping by, chatting. We'll see you on the next one if you're there. Peace.